Hey, I'm Dionysios from buycompanyname.com, and today I will present with stats and arguments what are the best domain extensions after .com. So stay until the end of the video to see all the tools and websites that I will use and also my final conclusion. Before I begin, don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you find my content useful. Also, leave a comment below with any additional question or any observation you might have. Okay, let's start. I'm getting these stats from domainnamestat.com, and we see the registered domain names per domain extension, or else we call domain extensions TLDs, meaning top level domains. We can see that clearly .com is the first choice, but after .com we see that country code top level domains are the next big thing. For example, this is for China, this is for Germany, this is for UK, this is for the region Tokelau, but it is free, that's why you see so many domain registration. This is for Russia, and the first generic top level domain we see is .net. We'll get back to that later in this video. The second resource you can use is my post about startup naming trends. I have made an in-depth analysis based on more than 2,000 startups, and you can see the trends here. Of course, .com is by far the first choice, but we see .io and .co to be the second and third choice, something that you wouldn't expect. You probably have never seen before these two domain extensions, io and .co. We see that .org and .net is far behind. .ai is for artificial intelligence companies, even if it is a country code top level domain. And the third site that we will use is spamhaus.org. Then you can check any top level domain and find out what percentage of websites that use these top level domains are bad. You can see here a list with we can say the most abused top level domains, but you can see for every top level domain name. Let's pick another example. .net, only 7.1% of websites that use .net are bad. You need to consider that fact too, because if you use a top level domain that is considered a bad one, people will not trust it, or maybe your emails will get to spam folder. Okay, I present briefly the tools that you need to evaluate what is the best domain extension for you. Let's go more in detail on what I suggest. Based on this table, we see that if you don't have international audience, you can go for country code top level domains. People trust it and they don't consider spammy. So after .com, a country code top level domain seems a reasonable choice. After that, we see that .net, good reputation, main domain registration, so this can be a good option since the average user is aware of that. Now, if you are a startup, you should know that .io and .co are the upcoming players, and in the next years will get a good reputation. But right now, the average user doesn't know a lot about them, but just to know that they will be very reputable domain extension. So if you have a tech-savvy startup, you might think about that, getting one of those top-level domains. I should add here that I have detailed posts for both top-level domains that they answer every possible question. You can find them in the description below. Now, before you decide what domain extension you will choose, check them here in spamhaus.org to see if it is considered a spammy domain. And last but not least, if you are in limited budget, then check also the renewal price. That is key, because you probably will keep a domain name for a lot of years. Don't get too excited for the first year that is usually cheap or even free. Consider what you will spend, for example, in 5 or 10 years. Consider that cost too. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!